The recruitment industry had become very much a KPI data-driven industry where checking boxes and making sure you make numbers was the most important thing. Statistically, it takes about 45 days to fill an open position. If you're sitting without somebody in your seat today, there's lost business, lost opportunity, lost revenue.
Today we're diving into recruiting and how people-first approach can turn a stressful process into a seamless partnership.
People are staying in jobs shorter than they ever have. Our goal is to truly understand the story behind the company. Remember to treat people as humans. Don't take the human element out of the hiring process.
Hi everyone, this is Maheen and welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast, where we explore the insights that are helping businesses strengthen talent acquisition and build high-performing teams. Today we're diving into recruiting and how people-first approach can turn a stressful process into a seamless partnership. Our guest today is Dianne Hunnam Jones, the Director and Growth Consultant at Professional Staffing. Now, with more than 20 years of experience leading teams across Fortune 500 and startup agencies in 3 countries, she champions open communication, speed, and a true partnership model. In this particular episode, we'll explore this value of human interaction in recruiting, how to uncover hidden talent, how their 5-day hiring promise works, and why partnership leads to long-term success. So without further ado, let's get started and welcome Diane. Diane, we're very pleased to have you on the show today. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks so much for having me.
Very pleased to have you with us. Now, Diane, your background taught you people matter, yet you believe the recruitment process often feels slow, stressful, and impersonal. Tell us, how has traditional recruiting become slow, stressful, and impersonal, and what drives your mission to restore integrity and genuine partnership to the staffing industry?
So my story really began, and this is not a long story, I can promise you. I'm one of 6 children. I grew up in South Africa as the second youngest child. And I learned very quickly that people, relationships, clear communication matter. You can imagine in a crazy busy household, 6 kids all under the age, in an 8-year gap, you had to learn very quickly that people needed to be heard. You needed to be respectful. You had to have a voice. So I learned people mattered. So it was no surprise to me that I ended up in the people industry, because they mattered so much to me. And that's the recruitment industry. So I've spent my entire career building businesses in the recruitment industry. I've been fortunate enough to work with large, publicly extremely profitable companies, private companies, global organizations, small companies, medium companies, startups, all the time leading and growing their business. And while I've been doing that, I was saddened, because I came across something that had happened in the recruitment industry, and an industry that I came straight out of university into and absolutely loved, because to me, people matter. Mm-hmm. And I was saddened to see that people weren't being treated like people anymore. The recruitment industry had become very much a KPI data-driven industry where checking boxes and making sure you make KPIs and numbers and shareholder results was the most important thing. And that's how professional staffing was born, and our mission to change the industry was deeply personal to me. People matter. Why are we treating them so badly? And it really hit home when one day I went out to visit an organization to try solicit their business to see if they would use our agency that I was working for at the time, use us to do their hiring. And the CFO of this company, large multinational company, said to me, "I'm sorry, Diane, I will never use your organization, because when I came to Canada as an immigrant, I was shut down by not 1, but 2, but 3, but 4 of your officers across the GTA because I didn't have Canadian experience. And that sat with me for a long time. And as I've worked with other organizations, that's what I bring to the recruitment industries. People do matter. We need to treat people well. Each and every single one of us has been a candidate or will be a candidate in the shoes of looking for a job. And how you treat it has a big impact in your life, your family, everything. So yes, that's the mission, and that's why we're in business.
That is so beautiful and such a vital observation as well, Diane. And it highlights that impersonality and lack of transparency, they are the biggest flaws in traditional recruiting. Now let's explore a core strategic challenge, which is cutting hiring timelines without sacrificing quality. Diane, your firm promises speed without shortcuts, committing to having clients interviewing within 5 days. Tell us, how does professional staffing cut hiring timelines and deliver the right talent quickly, ensuring that businesses can interview qualified candidates within 5 days?
Yeah, it's another thing I noticed is that, speed is great, but it has to be careful speed. It's not rushed speed.
Mm.
So preparation is all the key to our success. And I'll delve into that a little bit further. Statistically, it takes about 45 days to fill an open position. Now, it depends on the level of position. Lower level positions could fill quickly. Higher level can take up to 6 months. So you put yourself on the other side. If you're a candidate, it can take much longer to find a job. But because it takes so long to find the right person, it tells me there's something wrong in the process. Because if you're sitting without somebody in your seat today and it's a critical role, there's lost business, lost opportunity, lost revenue, creates stress. You're sharing that workload amongst other people. You're creating this environment that is not great. So we looked at that and said, how can we make this process quicker, but without compromising the quality? And the team we've assembled all come with extremely deep relationships of networks, not databases, because that's KPI, that's data-driven stuff. That's not who we are and who we think the recruiting industry should be. It's all about relationships. We're in the market constantly, every single day, talking to people about their careers, what they're looking for, what they're aspiring to, what managers they like to work for. So when a company comes to us and says, we're looking for XYZ, we already have the talent ready to go because we're constantly being proactive. In a way, it's almost like, you've got a house and the house goes on fire. Do you run out and buy the fire extinguisher, or do you have the fire extinguisher ready in the house? That's a little bit of what our philosophy is. Let's make sure we have the talent because we build in these deep, meaningful relationships with people across the business every single day, proactively. You don't need to rush the process. I mean, traditional recruitment, a job order comes in, meaning a company is looking to hire, and then it's okay, let's post the position and hope, we get some applicants, and then we start screening the applicants, and then we start presenting. If we've built good, meaningful relationships, because people matter with a hiring company before they have a need, we understand their story, what's important to them, type of people that really work well with them, and we built the relationships with the talent that are looking for opportunities ahead of time. When the need arises, it's just a matter of matching. It's not a matter of rushing. That's what it's about.
That is an impressive commitment, really, Diane. And it proves that advanced tools and expertise can dramatically accelerate the hiring cycle for our clients. But relationships are very, very important, and they're the foundation of it. Now let's discuss the strategic need for deep sourcing and market intelligence. Diane, you believe that successful sourcing goes beyond just job boards to uncover hidden talent that isn't actively searching. How do your searching strategies or sourcing strategies go beyond simple job boards to uncover hidden talent, including those who are not actively searching, to give clients access to the full market?
Yeah, it's called the passive market is what we're after. So unemployment rate sits probably at about 6, maybe 7%, depending which province you're in. So there's that. Those people are on the market every single day. If you've ever been unemployed, you know what it's like looking for a job. You are going through all the job boards, you're sending out hundreds of resumes, you're doing everything to find a position. There's probably about 10% of the employable job market that are currently employed who are also actively looking. They're not happy. Their boss wasn't, nice to them today, or their commission check wasn't what it should have been. They didn't get the promotion they wanted. So they're actively looking. They know they need to be in the market. So that's about 10%.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at about 15% of the market who are actively looking at job boards probably every day. And if you post an ad on a job board, you're definitely going to get those people applying. And nothing wrong. These are valuable, great people. But if you want to make a hiring decision that's right for your company, you want to see a good range of candidates. And that means tapping into that 85% of the market that aren't looking at your job post today. These are the people you might want to attract. So what we do, back to what I said earlier, deep relationships, wide networks, we're constantly communicating with people all the time. So we talk into that passive job market consistently. And I would say if you're a small, medium-sized business and you're looking to hire, I would say make sure you're attending trade show events, you're on LinkedIn, you're talking to potential candidates about positions you're looking to build in your company. Because if you sent out a private LinkedIn message to somebody who has the right kind of experience you're looking for and say, hey, I'm looking to build a role in XYZ in my company, would you be interested in talking? I'll guarantee you will capture the attention of that candidate and they will talk to you.
Right. Well, that is a crucial differentiator right there, Diane. And it confirms that proactive sourcing, that is essential for securing the best, often unavailable talent. Listeners, if you are looking to hire critical talent, then please learn from Diane and the conversation that we had with her about sourcing hidden talent, how to cut hiring timelines to 5 days, and the strategic value of diversity in building an outperforming team. Now let's continue our conversation with Diane. We'll take a quick break here. Please don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we'll dig into why a true partnership model in recruiting makes all the differences for long-term hiring success.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. Still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep. Healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah. Well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep. That's all us. That's all UPS.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's jump right in and explore how a partnership approach helps ensure cultural alignment, smooth onboarding, and stronger long-term results for every hire. Now, Diane, you emphasize that your relationship, it doesn't end at the job offer. You really stay connected post-placement to ensure smooth onboarding. Tell us, why is a true partnership focused on understanding a client's culture, their values, and goals essential for lasting success beyond the initial job offer?
I mean, statistically, people are staying in jobs shorter than they ever have before. There were times when people would be in jobs, your average tenure in jobs was about 10 to 12 years. That has definitely decreased. But our goal is to make sure that we can hit the higher end of the range. We don't want somebody to come and work in an organization for a year and leave. What good does that do to the long-lasting relationship? So when we go and take a job order, it's all about truly understanding the story behind the company. And particularly with your small, medium-sized companies, there's so much that goes into building a company, there's a story, there's a culture, there's values, there's missions, there's things that are so important. So we go into depth in that and then make sure that there's the match accordingly. So it's not just matching skill set. Anybody can learn a skill, but it's matching all those softer things that work well. And it only works well if you're in partnership. I mean, if value people, people matter, open, honest, transparent communication. So we expect a two-way partnership. It's not all just a transaction where you're transacting for my service. We're building a relationship that lasts beyond the placement, the longevity. So we stay in touch with you, with the candidate. I want you to come back to us and say, I need another hire just like that last one because it had such an impact on my business.
Well, that's a crucial commitment, Diane, and it highlights that post-placement support and the cultural alignment are necessary for reducing turnover and ensuring lasting success. Finally, let's discuss your strategic value of diversity and market insight. Diane, you proactively present candidates from all backgrounds, believing that diverse teams, they outperform, and you also provide crucial market intelligence. Tell us, why is proactively presenting diverse candidates essential for high-performing teams? And how does your real-time market intelligence keep clients ahead on compensation and talent trends?
Wonderful question. Thank you. I mean, there's no secret. Diverse teams, and it's not only about cultural backgrounds, though that stems very true to myself as an immigrant to Canada and that story I told you earlier. So diverse teams, there's no secret in that at all, that they bring a better dynamic. There's different thought processes, different ideas, different innovation. It's been proven time and time again. So our goal when we provide a diversity of candidates is to provide a selection to a company. Often a hiring manager will come to us and they have a very defined list of exactly what they're looking for. And because we know the market so well and we know what's available in the market, it's our job to consult and partner with them and open their eyes a little bit. Help them see that there's more, that maybe you don't need that specific accounting software. You can train on that. Let's open it up so you might get somebody who doesn't have that specific skill, but they have the potential and the ability. So we provide that selection across a diverse group of candidates, I would say, yeah. Probably across a diverse group of potential candidates for somebody to choose from, and not only cultural background but level, salary ranges, number of years experience. It's really our job to show you as a hiring manager what's available to you so you can make the best selection. And then I would say for our small, medium-sized enterprises, a tip to make sure you open up your eyes if you're going to post a job. Take out one specific skill that you go is a must-have. Think about it as a skill that you can train on. Remove that from your job posting and just watch the flow of candidates that will come into you. With regards to data and insights, what we help companies with is we provide them with a very deep dive of salary ranges, availability of talent in the market, and ranges within talent in the market. And this is something that we use AI a lot to help us with that. And that's where we're okay with technology if it helps us improve the process and gives us great data and information, but it doesn't take away from the human piece. And particularly as a small, medium-sized business, often you cut out of finding great candidates because your salary ranges don't reflect of what's available in the marketplace. So this is how we really love to help our companies is by providing this information. So I would say that using data to help you in the process, technology to help you, really good.
That is an inspiring focus, Diane, and it proves that diversity and data are the key levers of, achieving organizational success and competitiveness. This has been a great conversation. Thank you so much for what you do and with so much passion that you do, Diane. As you wrap up this episode, if there's one core message that you want listeners to remember about confidently building their workforce, what would it be?
Remember to treat people as humans. Don't take the human element out of the hiring process. We believe that you hire for potential and a person's ability to do the job. Just make sure we treat people well.
That is powerful and a very actionable message, Diane. Thank you so much for being on the show and for sharing such great expertise and your vision with us. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
And that was a great conversation with Dianne Hunnam Jones from Professional Staffing Services on today's recruiting landscape, strategic sourcing, their 5-day hiring promise, and the long-term value of a true talent partnership. Thanks again for listening to the podcast. For more information and insights, you can subscribe by visiting our website, CanadianSME.ca, for tools and resources that support your growth. A big shout out to our partners, UPS, Able Global College, ADP, and Google for supporting small businesses across Canada. Till then, we'll see you in the next episode. Please keep moving forward.